Coming up, we have your May 2024 Las Vegas real estate market update.
Hey everyone, I'm Steve.
And I'm Kristen.
We are the Thomas Group with Real Broker, your local Las Vegas and Henderson Realtors, here today to bring you your May 2024 Las Vegas real estate market update. We've got a few really kind of cool, interesting topics, I think, that we're going to talk about today. Do you want to give everyone a little sneak peek into some of the things?
Yeah, I mean, they're not that cool. You made them sound really exciting. But the luxury, well, this is cool. The luxury market, which I think we've been talking about a lot, but there's a really neat article that was put out in the Wall Street Journal this last week. So we'll discuss that. Interest rates, another really cool one. I can see why you're excited about this. And months of inventory. We want to just break things down into our communities within the Las Vegas Valley, and we'll tell you which ones have the least months of inventory.
Absolutely.
The hottest hyper-local markets,
Yeah.
if you will. Okay, let's get started. We will start with single-family home statistics. The median sales price last month was $469,000, up 1% from the previous month, and up 9.1% from the same time last year. I mean, these past couple market updates, like, my mind has been blown. Because I think we thought throughout the whole year we'd probably see about 5% appreciation. The fact that it's up 9%.
Yeah,
I'm shocked.
I didn't anticipate so many people would still be moving.
Yeah.
I thought with the high interest rates, it would make people really reevaluate where they are living and maybe make improvements to their home, which people are doing. But there's a heck of a lot of people that are just relocating, because I am helping clients now that are up in Reno and they hate the cold. And they just are done with shoveling snow right out the driveway and stuff. And for your mental health, you really don't care what interest rates are. It's get me out of here. I want to be somewhere where it's blue skies, where I can watch live sports, blah, 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 right? And so I guess there's more people than I thought that are doing that.
No, me too. And just to put the median sales price into perspective, at our peak, the very top of the market, the median sales price for single family homes was at $482,000.
What year was that?
That was in May 2022. But so we're pretty close to the peak. And something crazy to tell you when we get to condo and townhomes.
So there's like $13,000
yeah,
or something
be there
like that?
We'll be there.
I mean, the way the market's appreciating right now in basically 2-3 months.
Yeah, I think so too. And so what's really crazy about all this, with the median sales price going up 10% year over year, sales across the whole market, I mean, are down from a normal market. But there were 2,339 single family sales last month. That was up 12% from the previous month and up 20% from the same time last year. They're still low when you look at, traditionally every year, the sales volume is down. But we had a very good, this is April numbers that we're talking about. We had a very good April.
Wow.
Our pending sales, so that'll show us where our sales are headed for next month, are down slightly month over month. So they're down 3%. And they're down 4.8% year over year, which is surprising because this month our sales were up 20% year over year.
Yes, it is surprising. It seems like they've been up almost every month.
So I think what's happened is our interest rates jumped up last month, and now we are...
Put that damper on it.
Exactly. It's been so up and down, I would say, over the past, 2 years, really, with interest rates. That 0.5% point that's jumping makes a big difference in the actual number of closed sales.
Yeah, it really
does. So speaking of where are interest rates at right now?
I just had a client that was approved for 7.25%.
Yep.
Which
I would say
seems
that's
about average, good credit, 30-year fixed.
Yeah, low sevens. Yeah, and we talked about this on our last market update, but it seems like things are sticky, kind of staying here for a while. Builders are pulling back on a lot of their incentives. I know we talked about that in our last one, but there still are, if your monthly payment is the most important thing to you and you can be flexible, in my opinion, the best thing that you can do is find a builder that's offering an interest rate incentive and get in that way. And I specialize in new construction. I'd love to help. Reach out. let's chat.
Yeah,
But
give everyone an example of like some of the interest rate incentives that you've been finding for your clients.
right now, it's literally, so Richmond has a little bit left, a few left. I mean, you've got to like
Richmond American?
Richmond American.
Okay.
You've got to get in now and close within a month, and they're offering about 5.9%.
30-year fixed?
30-year fix.
Wow.
And Lennar, Lennar keeps kind of flopping what they're doing, but Lennar is off as of like 2 days ago. They'd flipped it back to a 4.8 something.
30-year fixed.
So they pulled back paying real estate agent commissions,
My goodness.
and they're passing that along to buyers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what they're doing. I mean, but like I'll still happily help you. I'll take the very, very, very reduced commission, because the thing is, it's we truly do want what's best for our clients. So
Yeah. No, absolutely.
so Lennar is quite honestly the way to go, and have an awesome Lennar sales rep if you guys are looking.
I did mention this in one of our previous market updates. For those that might not have seen this or forgot, if you live here in town, you're selling your home or thinking about selling your home at any point, because we have a lot of locals that watch our channel, especially our market updates. Do definitely pay attention to if your home, your community is near a new construction community. I would even say go as far as going in there and saying, hey, what are the sort of incentives that you're offering? Like go in and get an idea of what your competition is like. Any good real estate agent can do that, of course, for you. But if you really want to be plugged in and kind of get an idea before you even speak with a real estate agent, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, a really good point, Steve, because we've seen that come up with a couple of our clients who are selling.
Loads of times.
And they're right next to active developments, and it's difficult.
Yeah.
It's difficult to sell. All right, new listings, by the way, was up 5.5% from the previous month and up 17% from the same time last year. So new listings are up, but they're just not enough to keep up with demand right now.
Crazy.
There was 3,476 single family homes available for sale, up 4.6% from the previous month, which is good, promising, but down 7% from last year. And the real telltale indicator, which is our months of inventory, which, can you explain that really fast?
Months of inventory in its most simple form is if we keep selling all of the homes on the market at the current rate that we are selling them, they will be sold out in a certain period of time. And typically around 5 or 6 months of inventory is what we consider a balanced market. For traditionally homes under $1 million, luxury market has its own market within itself. So anything within under $1 million, 5 to 6 months is a balanced inventory. And most of the communities around 1, 2, and 3 months right now, which really indicates heavily that it's a seller's market.
Yeah.
So, if you are thinking about putting your home on the market, upsizing, downsizing, moving out of state, it really is a really great time. And I think this might be a good time for me to share some of the communities with you. I left my notepad. Let me go grab my notepad real quickly.
Cool. So before you read those off, Steve, the whole Las Vegas real estate market as a whole is at 1.5 months of inventory, and that has shrunk 7% from the previous month, and it shrunk 22% from last year. So I mean, that is the biggest indicator that supply is not keeping up with demand currently.
Yeah, wow.
That's why prices have gone up 10%.
No one's got a crystal ball. Who knows what the future is going to bring?
Yeah.
But I think even if interest rates went up to 8 and 9%, there'd still be demand here.
Well, it's really, and it's the lack of inventory.
Right.
It's the lack of inventory.
Right.
And that's not because we have so many people moving in. Yeah.
So
okay, well, hit us with your communities.
So if you are
hottest.
shopping in any of these communities, you've got a home in any of these communities, this is heavily favoring the sellers. So for buyers, you can expect multiple offers, right? You can expect to be waiving certain contingencies, maybe like an appraisal contingency. If you're in a multiple offer situation and you're writing an offer on a property and you're using financing, you might have to guarantee the purchase price, stating that regardless of what the house appraises for, you will pay the difference. In our market, we very rarely, and I've never seen it where someone actually waives their due diligence period in which they waive their inspections. I coach a lot of agents in different parts of the country, and that actually happens, which to me just blows my mind.
Yeah.
You're buying a house literally sight unseen, well, pretty much. But we don't do any of that there. But just so you know, it's competitive out there. If you are a seller, the best thing for you to do in this market, in my opinion, is not actually price it way above what you think it's worth, to try and maybe find that one buyer that's gonna, because that, you know, this is the thing, we'll find that one person, but that never happens. Very, very rarely. Best thing to do in this market is actually price it at fair market value, or even just a tiny bit below fair market value, and then you get multiple offers. And when you have multiple offers, this is where you have leverage, because once you've got two people that want one thing, the price can go up. And having, you know, someone like myself being able to negotiate that for you allows us to really, really drive the price up, get the best terms for your home. So if you're in Anthem right now in Henderson, 1 month of inventory in Anthem. Anthem Country Club is a little bit different. That's got 5 months of inventory, but in there are a lot of luxury homes. So that's you know, that's completely normal. Inspirada, I mean,
Inspirada is so hot, and it's crazy. I remember when the market really dipped, when interest rates went up to 5%, and everyone was freaking out, and people couldn't close on their homes. Like, Inspirada got actually hit quite hard because there were a lot of people under contract for new construction that couldn't close. So like, I even had clients under contract that were closing that KB lowered the sales price of their home because they had dropped prices so much.
Good for them.
I know.
And now it's like...
And now KB and Inspire, they're back on a lottery. It's a lot for all of the...
Yeah, right. So there's so much demand, you guys, that they're actually literally doing a lottery to give people the opportunity of purchasing. You don't... This is not even... You guaranteed, right?
Right.
You're just giving like an opportunity.
Yeah, but it's such a good community. I can see why it's so popular.
But what is kind of surprising to me about that is there is so much new construction there. So the resale homes are still competing against the new construction, but in Inspirad, I guess the more mature parts of that community, they are really nice, and it looks very much different to the new construction, which is a little bit more barren, and
it'll mature.
Of course, 100%. Yeah. You know, that's all in the plan. So Desert Shores, month of inventory out there. I mean, again, I can probably see that because of its like proximity to Summerlin.
Yeah, it's a good one that if you have a budget but you can't afford Summerlin.
And it's pretty out there.
It's pretty. It's
you
nice.
know, it's really nice with the lakes and stuff. Mountain's Edge.
Another first-time home buyer. I mean, there's a whole range in there.
A lot of investors in Mountain's Edge too, down there in the southwest. Spring Valley.
Yeah.
Spring Valley is really, really popular.
Yeah.
For, you know, people that like proximity to the strip, accessibility to the strip. You know, obviously we've got a lot of people that live here in town that are working in hotels, hospitality. They pretty much dominate the Spring Valley area. Sun City Summerlin.
That was surprising to me.
So Sun City Summerlin is a 55 plus community down in the south end, on the west side in Summerlin. And yeah, so a lot of people retiring here. Yeah. Right? And last but not least, Tuscany.
That was really surprising to me.
Yeah, Tuscany
is a kind of a specialty product, but I think there's just not a lot of inventory.
But you know what? I think it's for those people that are maybe looking at Lake Las Vegas.
Yeah, or they want guard gated. Tuscany is like one of our nicest, most affordable guard communities.
Yeah, sure is. Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks for sharing.
No.
Before we dive into condo and townhomes, let's talk about the luxury market, that Wall Street Journal article that I mentioned. Really cool that they featured Las Vegas because, you know, we've been telling you guys from, you know, our experience, the data that we see, how the luxury market, the ultra luxury market is doing so well here, but straight from the Wall Street Journal. This is really interesting. So when they ran the numbers a couple months ago, they said that there was a 3.2 months of supply of luxury homes in Las Vegas, which is very low. Luxury has a higher average months of inventory than the regular market. But that was down 33% from the previous year.
It's crazy, it's shrinking.
It's shrinking, which means that there's the inventory is not keeping up with the demand. Some reasons for this: building costs are up 40% from pre-pandemic. We don't have that much land. So there's a very few communities in here that, like our luxury clients tend to look in. The Ridges, McDonald Highlands, the Sky, Southern Highlands, exactly. I mean, there's really not much. And I mean, we've seen, I've told clients, we've seen the prices of things double. They used an example in the article. Rich McDonald, who is the developer of McDonald Highlands, he listed his own personal residence in 2011 for $5 million, sat on the market, didn't sell. He just listed it a couple months ago, and it sold for
$10 million.
$10 million. Yeah, double the price. Double the price.
I love Rich McDonald. I've never met Rich McDonald's, but I hope I do one day.
Yeah.
He's my hero. Like what he did with McDonald Highlands, and research it. It's not. Maybe we do a video on it actually, how it all started. I mean, it's amazing.
And so one last little tidbit from the luxury market. Wait, yeah. I'm sorry, my brain just shorted. One last little tidbit from the article. In 3 months that they were looking at Las Vegas, the median sales price of luxury homes here went up $100,000, and that's up 10%. That was up 10%. About.
I mean, it's same as single families, right? If you're looking at
that's in 3 months versus a year.
Oh, right, of course.
It's
right.
just
Yeah,
and I did actually talk about this in our last market update video. In case you missed it, there's a huge shortage right now of new construction luxury, which is what so many of our buyers are looking for. They're coming here, they want something fresh. They want a modern open floor plan. We hardly have anything.
Yeah, if any of you guys are watching and you are developers or want to get into developing, I'm having ideas all the time of little pockets of town, and Kristen is too. We would love to work on a project like that. That would be pretty exciting.
That would be.
I think there's a lot of demand.
Yeah, there's definitely
for that product,
demand. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so wrap that up. Let's get into condo and townhomes, which is crazy because this is the first month that we've seen the median sales price of condo and townhomes surpass the peak pricing that we had. So the median sales price was $290,000. At the peak of the market, before things slowed down with interest rates increasing, we were at $285,000.
And this was like 3.25% interest rates.
Right.
Right.
I mean, the payment's completely different.
Yeah, that's remarkable because what we saw, and I think you'll correct me if I'm wrong, when we hit that peak, they then dropped by between 15%, 10.
It was about 15%.
About 15%, and now it's gone right back up past that.
It's gone past.
Yeah. Just demand. The same thing, right? I think, and lack of
Okay, so just to really quickly, that median sales price was up 2.7% from the previous month and up 7.4% from the same time last year. So not quite as great of appreciation as single family, which is to be expected.
It's usually about that.
That
difference.
621 closings last month, up 5% from the previous month, and up 16% from the same time last year. We must have had a really bad month the same time last year because both single family and condo and townhomes were really, really up year over year. Pending sales, about the same month over month, and pending sales are down 10%.
Oh, that's interesting.
But again, I think we're really seeing a hit with the interest rates spiking up. Because we were hovering around 6.5% for a while, and now they've gone up almost 0.75%. So, this always happens. It takes like a month or two to adjust, and then we kind of just carry on. So we shall see.
More of the same?
More of the same. There were 866 new listings for condo and townhome, about the same as the previous month, up 23% from last year. So that's good. And that is increasing our inventory as well. Inventory for condo and townhome is up 6% month over month and up 30% year over year.
Wow.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That's really good. So hopefully that's going to kind of put a damper on, the appreciation, kind of slow things down a little bit.
I know it's almost making me a bit nervous.
Well, that's why I think I've kind of said, I almost don't even, I don't think it would necessarily be good for the market if interest rates go down. Yeah, it'll be good for us and for our buyers, but it's just, yeah.
It's like I don't. But the other thing is, I don't see what's going to change it.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah.
You know, like what interest rates go to 20%, but then no one's going to sell their home. But so there's still going to be a lack of supply, and how many people now would be still buying at 20%?
I mean, I think 20% would slow
I mean,
it down,
it just, you know,
yeah, it was an exaggeration. Yeah.
But so what, you know, what's going to cause it?
Yeah,
I don't know. Like, I really don't know. But just kind of to preface this, as I was mentioning before, I coach agents in other parts of the country. I've got a client that I coach in Austin, Texas, and you can't even give away a house there.
Yeah, it's getting hit hard.
He's struggling so bad because I might butcher this, but basically from the peak of where they were, they dropped like 68% or something.
No way.
It was a huge amount.
Wow, versus our like 15. And I know we felt it.
Yeah, they just, because for a while, you know, it was
crazy.
It was insane.
It was one of the top appreciating
So,
markets.
you know, it does really go to show you that real estate is local, right? And then it's hyper local, as you were mentioning before. But in terms of, you know, I don't know what's happening in other parts of the country, right? But here, I don't see where the inventory is going to come from, when the lack of demand is going to stop. Like every single week, we are talking to people that moving here because of the tax advantages. I mean, this is like probably, I would say, one of the number one reasons. Like just
the number one reason.
Just last week, a couple of weeks ago, Christina had a client in the office. I happened to be here at the time, so I met him as well. And he was telling me that he's divesting a business in another state, and from the tax he's going to pay the state from the sale of his business, it was, I think it was like over $4 million in taxes, and if he just relocates, you can save that.
Yeah, and we've had that. We've had a couple clients like that who have established residency before they sold their business. So I mean, and this is just our little team, our very successful little team.
top 2% in Vegas.
But you know, it's our little team.
Yeah.
There's tons of other teams and agents out there that are working with very similar clients. So it's like, you know, you can't understate the impact that this is having.
Yeah, absolutely. So
thank you, California.
We'll see. I mean, not just California. I mean, this client wasn't even from California. He was from a complete other state, right? But you know, obviously, we do have a lot of Californians selling their businesses and stuff because of the proximity to here. But we'll see. I think, you know, ultimately, right? It's still a very, very strong market.
Very strong market. Yeah. No inventory. Good demand. We'll see you next month.
On that note, if you're thinking about buying, selling, investing here in town, we would love to help you. You can find out all of our contact information on our website. Feel free to schedule a consultation with us, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. If you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, we really appreciate it if you do so. That way you can stay up to date on all of our real estate market updates, as well as everything else we bring you real estate related in Las Vegas and Henderson. But for now, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you again.
Bye.